What was your thought when you first read the book?
Oh my God, I was like, gee, I was like, this is balls to the wall. It's crazy. Like this girl, this woman, Emily Lockhart, like she might look sweet and everything and all these books she's writing, but she has something else going on underneath there. Like she's some darkness in her. Like this is actually crazy. I mean, I don't know. Killing kids is really like killing dogs, killing kids. It's like one of those things you kind of just like, it's rare. It's rare on TV.
She was on set, right?
Oh yeah, she was there like the whole time.
What is that like working in tandem with an author?
So yeah, I mean, and you say it like interesting, like it is interesting, and I thought it would be interesting, and I don't know, but she was just so wonderful and so chill on set. Like she was just there, and it was like it felt nice to get a nod of approval. And there's a few times where she cried, and I thought, oh wow, I've done it. I've done my job.
I mean, you're bringing to life something that has lived in her brain,
it's weird,
in her mind forever.
I think it would be amazing. I mean, it's like when every writer out there, right, with like screenwriting, if you're, but like this has been a part of her life for a long time, and it's a book, so it's such long form, and these characters, like she just poofed them into life, and like there's so much detail, and this island and all these people, and I don't know, it's a franchise too. So she's like, not only written this book, but she has a prequel to the Family of Liars, and so this is a big this is like, a world she's lived in forever. And so I won't say the casting process was swift or easy, they made me fight for it. Like I auditioned and they said they liked me, and then they were going to chemistry read me. Then a year passed because of the writer's strike, and then I went and did a chemistry read on Zoom and another chemistry read, and they're like, we might go another, and then they're like, oh no, we want you back. Anyway, so they put me through the ringer for it, which is always fun because it feels a lot better to like fight for something. I don't know, when you finally get it, it feels like really cool.
Yeah, the reward is
the reward is so much sweeter. But yeah, so I mean, I was like, if they've put so much time and they've really narrowed it down, and they say that, they saw so many people and they were like, we really realized it was you. So I was like, okay, so this gives me a little bit more comfort about coming to set, because if you would have made that decision right away, like, and regretted it, like you took a year, you can't regret it now.
I mean, what was the toughest part about playing this character?
I think it was I think the amnesia storyline is, generally what was the hardest part was just kind of going from knowing everything to knowing nothing, right? Because it's like we are filming these episodes and we're doing Summer 16, I have blonde flowing hair, and it's kind of like the decipher of like these summers is having me hair. Basically having a wig and then not having but the days were like morning time, blonde hair, Summer 16, no amnesia, no problems, just family drama, obviously. But like my biggest problem that day was like the boy that I like is dating another girl, like, and then next summer it's like, that's not your biggest problem, everyone's dead. But like I had to do that on the same day, you know?
Really?
Oh yeah. Interesting enough, like people I don't think realize a lot of the time how filming works, because it's so weird these days, especially with TV. So you're shooting a lot of the times 2 episodes simultaneously at the same time as well, right? Did we do that on this show? I know I did it on Gossip Girl, right? Were we doing that on this show? Yeah, I think we were, where we're like literally shooting. So every 2 episodes, well, on this one, Nzinga, our pilot director, did just the pilot. Then Julie Pleck did the second episode. And then for 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, we had 3 separate directors, but they were shooting simultaneously, like episode 3 and 4. So it would not only just be like daytime blonde hair, nighttime amnesia, black hair. It would be like daytime 103 and nighttime 104. Like it's a weird. It's so in general, like doing a TV show these days. Like once they picked up on that, kind of like studios picked up on that. The way the time element of how they can just like basically get a lot more done if they do it that way. They're like, yep,
it's cheaper.
It's better, and they can figure it out. But it's fine. I like a challenge.
There's so many times in this like television and film where it's just like figure it out.
Right. Trust me, I get you. So much of it was like, did you watch it?
The show?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's watched the entire thing.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What did you think?
Well, I was writing down notes to ask you questions, and then I saw the finale, and I said, "That makes no sense. That makes no sense." Because like you just weren't expecting it. Like the whole time you're trying to figure out.
You were like so excited to grill me like about it. I love it.
Yeah, you're like, who actually hurt her? And then you're like, oh, she hurt herself, basically.
Yeah. Well, I like that take. Yeah, she did.
What's his name? Shabam?
Shabam.
Did you guys have chemistry instantly, or did that take a bit to build?
Yeah, no, I just like felt really protective of him from the start because, like we were talking about earlier, like he didn't have anyone, and he was like, you know, coming from he never stepped a foot on a set before, and I wanted him to know that, and I also didn't want him to feel like I was overprotected. We needed to have this like romance, you know, and I'm not trying to be like, I'm your age and I'm trying to like baby you in any way. Like that wasn't what I was trying to do. I just wanted him to know that like this is so weird that you have to get into this, and I've been doing this my whole life, and like I just want you to feel prepared and ready, and I'm here for you, like for anything you need. But I remember the one day we were supposed to go and do a rehearsal with Nzinga. It was our amazing pilot director, and it was like an hour away, so I was like, I'm picking you up, and I just like, we'll be stuck in a car together. So I find that it's interesting, like on with this chemistry question on TV and movie and everything, actors are weird because you have to just bond instantly. You know what I mean? Like you just have to, like
what if you don't?
I mean, you kind of have to fake it, you know? Like, I don't know. I've done shows where, you know, I don't bond with someone and they're not going to be my friend for the rest of my life, but you just show up and do it. And I've been pretty lucky that people are pretty great. I don't, you know, sometimes a lot of the time it's usually like not bonding specifically with certain, you know, people and crew members or something like that. Because I don't know, I spend more time with the crew usually than actors, generally, I guess. So it's interesting, but.
Do you learn anything about your craft through somebody who's done it? This is their first thing.
Oh yeah, you do, right? Because you're seeing someone see it for the first time, and you're seeing how amazing everything is to them through their eyes, and like, what? Like, yeah, you're right. It is pretty fucking great what we get to do. So, I always say that the main goal in life, you know, is to stay vulnerable through everything. You know, I think that that's how we learn. Vulnerability is the key to evolution, right? They say this about octopus, like that they were shell-less creatures that had, you know, they were completely shell-less. They had no way to protect themselves. So over time, with evolution, because they were vulnerable, because they had nothing to protect themselves, they actually had superpowers. They evolved at a rate that was so expedited, just through the fact that they didn't have a protective shell around them. And I know that that's poetic and funny and silly, but I find that it is true, and it's easy to find yourself becoming hard in this industry, especially as a woman, and especially as a woman like me, who is very, very, very cynical sometimes, just because I've been doing this for a long time. I grew up around like really angry people, not my family, but just really, they were always so happy and whatever. But I grew up around like some of my favorite directors, writers, and people were like old men who were writers, and like they're like you know, their lives were like shattered through abuse of substance and people not understanding and having to ghostwrite because no one understood their thing. But then they had also written something that I won't even say, but like had, you know, been one of the biggest movies of all time. And I was just like, give me advice. And they were just so cynical about, don't do it, you know, but I was also like, that just makes me want to do it more. And so I liked being surrounded by that I don't know why, but I loved the wisdom of the older generations, and I just connected with it in a way, and so I just have always had to tell myself, stay vulnerable, stay excited, and I saw that through Strabon, and it was really, really beautiful.